Who is in net tonight for you guys?
Craig.
Craig. Okay. Any lineup changes?
No. Keep it the same.
Just a positive first step, I guess.
Very positive first step. So he's in that progression now, return to play. He'll test it out, obviously, in a optional skate this morning, and he won't have he'll have an opportunity, to get some practice days in. I don't have him in the next 3 games, obviously, but we'll see how it goes with him over the next few days.
In his absence, I mean, you kind of spoke to a little bit the other day. I mean, when he's gone, you're missing that.
Yeah. We've there's 3 guys that have been out of the lineup that bring high intensity in one area. They all bring it, and that's Kajula, Hinostroza, and Gergetsen. They're just high compete guys, and they drag other guys into the battle by the way they play, and we've missed those guys. And as we inch closer to them returning, that's a welcome return to have that more of that element in our lineup. So yes, we've missed them. Gets in that.
As far as when the fourth line is being effective like it has the last couple, like with their other game, like what are they doing?
They're pressuring. They're putting pucks to where they can pressure. They're pressuring the opposition. There's a relentlessness to them, and that's what we've seen out of Bjork, Eakin, and Hayden. And so they're hard to play against. And our guys, the rest of the guys, feed off of that, and there's some wear on the opposition when they're playing that way. So they're effective. That's what's going on.
It seemed like Darlene was used for a lot of defensive zone faceoffs in Toronto the other night. Like, how does he help in those situations, I guess, and how do you feel he played that?
Well, when you win the puck back to Darlene, and even if we lose a draw, he is highly intelligent defensively. He's been our guy, and I said that a couple months ago, Jordan, before we all to have more attention drawn to Darlene, how good he is defensively. The indicators we keep saying, okay, it's an important defensive zone draw. Let's get Darlene out there. But if you win it, I think Bryson had a quote the other day. He's a breakout machine. If you win it, he's going to make a better play than most. And he knows the right play to be made. And if you lose it, he knows the different coverage sequences pretty well too. He's like a free safety in football. He just great instincts and reads. So, key.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sure there's a lot of comfort that comes with playing with the same D partner the way that he had with Jokiharju for so long. But since Henry's been out, it's not like Dolls has really missed a beat. Is that a sign of growth that he's able to, whether it was Casey or Bryson?
I'd like to think it's a sign of growth not only for him but for our team, in the sense that what we want, and I've said it many times, is complete integration where everybody can play with anybody else, and you don't have a set partner, a set line mate, or a set position even if you're a forward, or even a set position if you're a D. You can play the right side or the left side, and so the other day, extremely small sample size, Bryson pops in on the right side, his offside, with a new partner, with Darlene, and everything went smooth. So I think it's a credit to the players, and the hope is it's also progress in what we're trying to do, that they're understanding the way we want to play, so that integration is even smoother when it happens. We still have a long way to go, but it was good, positive signs the other day that we could do that. We could shift D partners, and the guys looked like they played alongside each other all the time, and that's a good mark. And when we can shift Middlestead to the wing, and he actually looked better than he did at center, that's a really good sign for that reason, because we want to move this franchise along with being able to integrate. You look at so many of our competitors are they're years ahead of us, and if you look at the top players, they've played with each other. just look at the top players in the league or the top teams in the league, and they're loaded with guys that have been there for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and we don't have that. So we're progressing in that, and that's a real positive sign in that.
I mean, John Hayden was one of the most noticeable players on the ice in Dallas. Is he? I guess he's a good example of just he knows what he is and he just doesn't stray from that.
Yes, yeah. John Hayden, you're talking. Yeah. Hayes, he's really evolved through his career. I mean, he's a dedicated, committed guy, and what he's added to his game is he's just so much more comfortable knowing what he brings to the game, knowing his role, his responsibilities, how to be effective within those roles, and situations, ice time, and line mates that the coach gives it to him. I mean, or not, and he's ready if he doesn't play and gets skipped over. If there's power play penalty kills and he's not out there, he's ready the next shift. So he does an amazing job at keeping himself ready, but his sense of objective of knowing the situation and what needs to be done within his skill set has been really, he's really grown in that area, and he's established himself as a very effective NHL player within that role. So that has been a progression for him. I was with him in Chicago 3-4 years ago, and that was what he was working toward. I had him even at the U.S. program, and you could see then that's what he was working toward. But he's pretty accomplished in that now as a veteran NHL player.
Thank you.